Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the multi-chart setup video for those of you that requested it. Go ahead and take a second to check out this risk disclaimer to ensure that you know the risk of futures and options. Okay, so go ahead and ignore what you see going on my screen right now. Basically, I'm going to run you through how to set yourself up in a fairly simple fashion. And of course, if you have any questions or are concerned about something, you can always reach out to us directly in the group. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look here. We want to go over to the broker profiles. We want to go over to the manage broker profiles. And then we want to go over to new. And right now I'm not going to click new because it will show you guys my account information. So I've set this all up to be a simulated account at the moment so that we can play around and show you guys in an easy fashion how things work. And you don't have to see, or we don't have to mess anything up. So first of all, let's go ahead and pay attention to the blank charts or blank multi-chart so that you understand how it functions. So first and foremost, you need to know that you need to click the file. And I apologize that the Profiteer logo is making the file tab not visible, but you all know where the file tab is. It's on the top left corner. And what I'm pointing out here is essentially all of your create windows. So you can create you can create a workspace out left, and you can access workspaces that you've created, like I'm showing you here. You can create a new chart window. You can create a instrument that you want to, well, you can pull up an instrument that you want within the chart window. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that. So by the way, notice that I clicked the crude oil contract up here. This is the area you want to focus on, guys. This is the area that has the easiest access to setting up your charts. So once you get the first chart open, just remember that it's going to be this area here that you're going to want to go up to and right click on. If you want to change the background and the colors, you can just click on an empty spot on the chart with a double click. And again, that's going to look different when you double click over here, for example, or right click if you choose, than when you click on the empty area. So on the format instrument settings, you're going to see that you have several options. And when you click the format window, you have, sort of visuals that you can choose from. So we're going to go back to the settings for the formatting and show you guys how to set up and actually retrieve your symbols. So you're going to go ahead and go back to the, and notice that I double clicked on the chart and I got the format instrument. You can do that as well. So go ahead and click add symbol. That's going to be obviously the add symbol area. And I'm going to draw this weird box. And then you're going to go ahead and click it. And then you're going to go ahead and go to the futures tab and make sure that you are searching with the option of description rather than the actual symbol. This is one of those nuances with multi-charts, you guys, that is a little tricky. So just be sure to kind of remember this part in particular. So again, if you use the symbol description and you just type in one letter, you have a better chance than if you actually try to type the symbol out. Notice I typed CLE and nothing came up. If I just type C, then I'll get many different contracts that I can choose from. And if you just sift through there, you'll find your current front month contracts. So just for example, we'll go ahead and add that obscure contract. Now notice that in the format instruments, you have the option to go over the settings. So the settings are going to allow you to pick your chart type. You can see that right now it's a TPO chart, right? Now you're going to be able to essentially pick anything from point and figure, Kagi, Renko, Heikinashi, TPO, like I said. And guys, just to reiterate, Renko is our favorite because it's a non-time based chart. So forget 5-minute charts, forget 1 minute. We're looking at range charts, and range charts just mean that we're doing a Renko by tick amount, meaning that the Renko bricks are being built on the amount of ticks that we chose. So right now we've got, you can see 10 ticks, 3 points, meaning that when the bars move, it means that it's moving at a 10 tick continuation. So to be clear, you guys, there's no delta here right now. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to add the delta. Let me get rid of this volume profile real quick. And by the way, volume profile is going to be on the last tab, and you can just uncheck it when you don't want to see it, or check it when you want to see it. Click the show delta on the settings area, by the way. Going back here, and I'll slow down for a second and show you guys. This is the money right here. This is what everyone's asking about. How do I get my delta? Well, it's on the settings tab in the format instrument. And remember, the volume delta and the cumulative delta are going to be placed in different places. So the volume delta is what you want for the Renko bar that we've already set up, so that you can see the contracts that are trading on the actual blocks. And you can see here that the chart looks like you're used to with my live streams. You can see that there's the imbalances and the amount of contracts trading. You can see that there's the blues and whites are the buys, and the purples and the pinks are the sells. And that is how we track that sentiment, right? It's like our footprint chart. By the way, guys, I'm showing you how to maneuver here. You can use control, just hold control down, and you can actually drag the price scale up and down to just like actually move the whole chart. You see this little box over here? So this little tab is going to be really useful for you. If you like have trouble moving the charts around, you can click background dragging. You can like actually reset the scales from here. You can do all kinds of stuff. But again, the easiest way, and I reiterate, the easiest way to maneuver is to just hold control on the price scale, or just let go of control to expand. And then you can just hold control and use your mouse scrolling to go in and out. Okay. Your arrow pointer is going to be there on the top bar, and you'll be able to access regular clicking like your icons again. So erase all of this. Let's go back here to the volume delta, change it to cumulative delta. Let's go to a regular, because we don't want Renko cumulative. We just want regular bar. 5 tick resolution is fine. We're going to change it to the up down versus down, or uptick versus downtick. And then we're going to go ahead and put this box here so you guys remember how this works. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you, really, you see that there's a 0 line, and then there's a negative and a positives. Really, it's just calculating the differences in the trading amount, the ratio. So like you can see, this is a downward divergence on crude oil that went into the Globex session, and then we broke that downward divergence right there at that 2107 level and started the uptrend. And then we once again broke the uptrend here at that later hour. And that is how you simply identify trend with cumulative delta. So once you have all those charts set up, you can basically maneuver them however you'd like. You can have as many as you want. And of course, the TPO is going to be a huge part of what you downloaded multi-charts for in the first place. This is a key element to trading successfully. And guys, remember, you want the resolution to be 30-minute intervals, because remember, every letter or every block is going to be that 9:30 to 10, 10 to 10:30, et cetera, et cetera. Make sure that your session is set to the proper open. So this is crude oil, so we got to have the NYMEX crude oil. And you can have it set to default. It's just going to have it be like 24 hours. I like to set mine to the open outcry or the clearing range. That way I can see like where the most liquid is trading, and I ignore the electronic trading. So overall, pulling back on this TPO, you guys know how mine typically looks. It's based on blocks, and the blocks just represent the 30-minute interval. But I recommend you guys kind of like play around with this. You guys have plenty of resources at your fingertips with us and with others. Go on Google, type in TPO chart, how to use it. If you really can't figure it out, we can tell you. But, this group is going to focus on kind of letting you guys do a little bit of self-driving. And that way, it'll encourage you to ask more specific questions and participate in the mornings to give us a better opportunity to teach you. So make sure that you spend some time on this and find the questions that you want to ask. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to merge. So you just right click and you can merge all of your sessions. So let's say you want to look at a bigger, chunk of liquidity. You can just go ahead and merge the sessions however you want. Some people use really large chunks that are merged together over time, so they don't have to kind of like identify the liquid with so many sessions open. And it's really just up to your preference. You'll notice that the yellow blocks represent the letter O represents the open. And I have it set up that way where you can literally have the letter say O, so you know that's where the opening price was at that day. So that's the 15th of October, and we opened at that price level at 53.10. Okay. And then, of course, as you know, the A is the 9:30 to 10, the B, the 10 to 10:30, the C, the 10:30 to 11, so on and so forth. And that is how you can tell where the most price is trading. So we're going to format again. I'm going to just point out to you guys that you can basically choose any of these for a multitude of reasons and tools. It's up to you, though, to figure out what works best for your style. So everything is going to be more or less the same as far as like setting up your deltas. But when it comes to the DOM, guys, for multi-charts, I wanted to take time to at least explain it. You'll notice that I'm having problems with my framework, and I think that's due to the fact that I use Jigsaw, and I've never in my life used this DOM. And it actually froze on me when I set it up with the Paper Trader account. So that doesn't matter. What matters is that you can see here you have the limit buyers on the left and the limit sellers on the right. And then you have these little strategies down here. And I get a lot of questions about these strategies that I apply. And they're super simple, okay? If you want to buy, you can buy the limit and set it there. If you want to, you can see it there. It just appeared at 54.07. If you want to edit a strategy like the breakout strategy, you can do so pretty easily like this, right? And it just allows you for an in-depth on-call order setup. And then once you save it, you can apply it, place the strategy, and then it will do that for you. And of course, my multi-charts hates that I'm using this DOM, so just ignore that. So you can see this is a breakout fade, basically just saying that if we don't know when the price is going to move up, we have two chances to get in. Break down, meaning we have two sell orders, one on the top of the current price and below the current price. Bracket orders, guys, these are really important. Basically, when you get in, where's your stop, where's your take profit? You know, break even strategy, stop loss, profit target. The one that really matters to me is this one right here. It's the mastering strategy. So say you're trying to take 3 lots, okay? You can actually set the number of levels that you have, and most platforms should have this, but it's really important for those of you coming from TOS who are used to just like pretty simple stuff. This is really nice once you get into the more professional realm where you can set up like several levels and basically set up not only like your take profits and your stop losses, but you can also set up your break evens and your trailing. And that is just absolutely amazing. So you can pretty much automate everything on multi-charts if you're good. But I won't get too much into that because you guys are still getting started. I hope that video was super helpful for you, and I hope that this all made sense. I know it was kind of quick, but I don't want to sit here and kind of like spoon feed you. I want you to at least get the basics, you know, go for a drive and then hit me up on the DM. All right, take it easy.